Okay, so our sunflower seeds have been soaking overnight, and now we're going to put them onto our tray, and on pretty thick right here, and I'm going to fill up the rest of the tray. I went over a little bit on my peas, and you probably have enough sunflower seeds to do at least a full tray of sunflowers. So I would reserve some of them when you soak them. Okay, so this is good and full right here, and that's the way you want your tray to be. Now, sunflower seeds, you don't have to cover them, but I've had a lot better success if you do. So I'm going to go ahead and cover mine. Now, if we were doing radishes, which are one of my favorite things to do, I would not cover those. But we'll talk about that a different time. So we're going to get this all covered up. And then what you want to do is you want to water it pretty good. And pat it down so it's nice and firm. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set it in a place where it gets quite a bit of light, which we don't need until they really germinate. But the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take something heavy, and it can be pretty much anything. I'm just going to use another empty tray, or a tray that I've filled full of potting soil, but there's nothing else in here. And I'm just going to set it on top like this. And what will happen is, as the plants grow, this will force their roots to grow really down into the soil and be really strong. It'll force their stems to be strong, and it will actually lift this tray up as they grow. You'll start to see them kind of come out the sides, but it'll lift the tray up. Now, what I've told you before is that I usually stack mine about 6 high, and you got to be careful if you're doing that because they will tip over. The bottom ones will lift it up enough that the whole stack will tip over, and I've had that happen before. So now we just got to wait for them to germinate. So it needs to be someplace that's warm and someplace that has some bright light. Okay, we don't want it to get leggy. But since we've staggered how we did them. We did the fava beans first, we did the peas second, and we did the sunflowers third. They should all grow about together. Now, what you want to make sure that you do, and I'll show you examples of this later, is you want them to grow to be about 2 inches high. The peas will be taller because they're lankier. The fava beans will be a little bit shorter because they're really a kind of a stocky plant. And the sunflowers will kind of be in the middle. Now you want them to grow to 2 leaves. Okay, that's the cotyledon stage of the germination. You don't want any more leaves to grow other than that for the sunflowers because they will be tough. So I will show you those when they're ready to harvest, and then you can just cut them straight out of the tray and eat them. Okay, so see you in a few days.